Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to be completely damaged.
Completely damaged! Completely damaged!
Welcome back, Damaged fans. I'm with Cujo the Hellhound. Welcome to Completely Damaged.
Who?
Now, how'd you get started in professional wrestling?
Started about 16 years ago. I broke into the business. Larry Winters, JT Smith, the living legend who I will be tagging with tonight. Those were my trainers. I started out with them early in the ECW career in the back of the warehouse at the ECW arena.
Now, what was one of your favorite matches thus far in your career?
I would have to say one of my favorite matches was probably with Iron Mike Sharp. I don't know if you remember him.
I do.
You're still a youngster, but he was a gracious, a good guy. He gave me a lot in the match, and we had a great match. It was just one of my favorite matches that I had years ago with him.
Now, what's your thoughts on the state of professional wrestling?
Personally, I don't like it. I think there's just not enough. For the fans. I think that everybody's focused on these high flyers. They don't know how to go out there and work a crowd and work a match. It's like, the independents to me are always where it's at. I honestly can't even say that I watch professional wrestling anymore. It's just, and the whole Monday Night Wars thing I think has ruined the business altogether. You know what I mean? There's no competition. It's just not a fun thing to watch anymore. That's why if I ever have the moment to go to a show, I will go to independent.
We are here with the Wiseguy, Jimmy Cicero. Welcome to Completely Damaged, Wiseguy.
Thanks, glad to be here.
Now, how'd you get started in professional wrestling?
1992, I went down to Indian Trail, North Carolina, and finally got enough guts to go and be trained by Ivan, the Russian Bear Koloff.
Wow.
So,
Now, you must have had some amazing matches in your career. What's one of your favorites?
I've wrestled a lot of people in the 18 years. I think it probably come down to two. One was against Steve Corino. It was an opener in Madison Square Garden for WWE. Another one would be against Taka Michinoku, and that was because I was wrestling against a foreigner. He didn't speak English. I sure as heck didn't speak Japanese, and we put together, I think, one of my finest matches. So those would probably rank as two of my best.
Now, on your website, there's something about you on Shotgun against Steve Blackman.
Right.
How'd that all come about?
Well, at the time, Tom Brandy was under contract, and he put a word into Jim Cornette and Howard Finkel, and I ended up getting some work down there as an enhancement worker, or a jobber, as they call it. Yeah. And I worked for 3 or 4 years for WWE. I had some good matches, got along with the office, got along with the boys, and ended up having some really good matches. Steve Blackman was just one of them, and that's one of the matches from footage that they used for my Body Slam Autism mission. But Steve Blackman, Tom Brandy, Taka Michinoku, and so on and so forth. And I really enjoyed my time working with that company.
Now, what are your thoughts on the state of professional wrestling?
Well, it changes like any other sport that you see. This year in football they changed the rules in the off season. Professional wrestling has also changed. I mean, I love the old days in the 80s and early 90s, the old territory days, of course. But hey, we're in the year 2010. I still love the business, and we have to change like everything else, with the state of professional wrestling. I think it's great. As long as the fans enjoy what we're doing, that's really the most important thing.
Last month actually was our debut here in TWA, and it was a great event, Body Slam for Autism. Now, I know Body Slam for Autism is very dear to your heart. Explain to the fans why it is and how they can help Body Slam Autism with Jimmy Cicero.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Body Slam Autism is a mission that my wife and I started off about a year ago. My two youngest sons, 3 and 1, both are autistic. So I wanted to figure out, what can I do to raise awareness? And I'm using professional wrestling as my platform. So everywhere that I wrestle, I try to let the world know, the wrestling world know, what autism is and how they can help. There's 2 programs or 2 websites that they can go to. They can go to autismspeaks.org, or they can go to www.jimmycicerowrestling.com. I have T-shirts, bumper stickers, and autographed pictures. All proceeds go to Autism Speaks, or you can make a donation to Autism Speaks. That's one way. Number 2, just be aware of what autism is. And if you know anybody that might be autistic or that you suspect might be on the autism spectrum, try to get them help. Early intervention is the key.
Now, last month, you surprised myself even getting Kamala on your side. Now, tonight, it's you and Jimmy Superfly Snuka against Julio De Niro and Nicky Benz. Your thoughts on tonight's matchup?
Well, it's an honor and a privilege to be teaming with the Superfly. He's a legend, and words can't describe what kind of impact he's had on professional wrestling. Nicky Benz has been a thorn on my side ever since I've come back to Tri-State Wrestling. Julio De Niro and I had some battles probably about 15 years ago, so it'll be fun getting back in the ring with Julio and Nicky Benz, and I couldn't find a better partner than the Superfly.
Ryu Lee, welcome back to Completely Damaged.
Oh, thank you. Just had a wrestling 3 people in a 6-man gauntlet. Not fun at all.
You made it through the first 3. I was over here cheering for you, man. I really thought you were going to come through, make history.
I thought I was too. The frog splash was working for me. I went up 2 times, I hit it. 3rd one I missed, and I damn near knocked the wind out of me.
So what's next?
What's next? In TWA right now, not sure what's next, since I do not have a permanent spot on the roster, which was the match was for. Who knows? Maybe they'll call me back. Maybe they won't. Maybe would be impressed. I defeated 3 guys, which is more than what the other competitors had did.
Definitely.
So, but still working around, still working for Force One, but having a show coming up at the end of April.
Is that the NWA dog?
No, this is NWA Force One. We're out of Egg Harbor Township.
Okay.
And actually, I don't even know if I'm booked for that yet. So I don't know what the future holds for me. For right now, though, gonna go home and relax and ice down my ribs because 3 frog splash just takes a lot out of you.
Well, you impressed us, and best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Welcome back, Completely Damaged fans. I'm with Johnny Kazone. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Now, how'd you get started in the professional wrestling business?
Oh, man. Well, actually, in my other job, my real job, I have a friend who asked me one day, he's like, hey, I see you're wearing a wrestling shirt. He's like, do you ever think about becoming a professional wrestler? I'm like, hell yeah, man. Let's try it out. And the rest is history, pretty much.
Now, last month, I believe in January, actually, you versed Shockwave. Tough match out there with, he gets the fans on his side because he does all the motion and all that. Your thoughts on him?
I just can't seem to catch a win around here, but let me tell you something. Shockwave is the epitome of a big, huge, rusty pile of bolts.
What was your favorite match thus far in your career?
Thus far in my career, I did a match with Sami Callihan in GSPW. It was probably one of the best matches, most hard-hitting matches I've had in a really long time. So.
Now, what's left in 2010 for you?
Well, in my other fed, Force One Pro Wrestling, go ahead and check that out at forceonepro.com, the number 1. I got a lot of good stuff going on there, a lot of good feuds happening. Here at TWA, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff here. Check out a bunch of other stuff too, man. Just check me out online.
Awesome. Any last words you'd like to say to the camera?
No, not much, but thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you, Johnny.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.